Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be talking about the Drmtlgy Black Friday sale, where I share the products that are actually worth purchasing and the products that deliver real results. I have been using the Drmtlgy brand for several years and I have pretty much tried every product at this point. And so I know what actually delivers real results, and these are the products that are truly worth looking into. Now this year they're offering 30% off site-wide, no code necessary. I know I generally have a 20% off code that I share with you guys, but unfortunately we can't stack my discount code with the 30. I wish we could you imagine? But 30 is better than my 20, so this is their biggest sale of the year. And they are also offering free gift with purchases as well. And I'm gonna leave that information below for you because there are 3 different gifts that they are offering, but they're all at different time frames throughout the month. And it starts today, November 10th, and it runs until December 1st. So again, I will have all of those details below for you, along with all of the products that I'm sharing in this video in order in my description box below. I will also share discount codes for other brands and other Black Friday related content as well. So let's get into it. All right, so let's get into the first product that actually delivers real results, and that is the Brightening Eye Masks. For those that have been with me for a long time, you know how much I love these. They are the only under eye masks that actually perform. I have tried so many under eye masks from other brands and nothing compares to these. These are jam-packed with key ingredients to help soften fine lines and wrinkles, to improve texture, hydration, depuffing. It brightens up the under eyes as well, whether you have dark circles or not. It truly is a quick and easy way to rejuvenate the under eyes. And you can use these every day if you really want, or you can just use them when you need them. When you're puffy, when your under eyes are looking dull and depleted from hydration, or use these before a special event. And I leave them on as long as I can until they're dry and they're starting to shrivel up on my skin. That's when I peel them off, because I feel like the longer you leave these on, the better the results. But if you don't have time for that and you just want to leave these on for like 10 to 15 minutes, it still performs really well. And I keep these in the fridge, so when you put them on, they're nice and cold, and it helps to depuff even more. There's peptides in here, cucumber extract, there is niacinamide, caffeine, hyaluronic acid. There's a lot of great ingredients in here, and this also helps to plump up the skin temporarily, of course, underneath the eyes, and it just makes your under eyes look so much better. Like, this is 10 out of 10. So if you love a good under eye mask, you honestly will love these. I guarantee it. They are very saturated. They're very wet. And so when you put them on, they will start to slide down your face a little bit. So just keep bringing them up. But whatever is left on my fingers in terms of that serum, I will use it underneath my brow bone. I apply it onto my eyelids. And when these are all finished, there's always product left over in the jar. And I don't throw that out. I use that as an eye serum until it's gone, because that is how well this formulation works. So you get 60 masks, so there are 30 pairs. So if you were using this every day, it's a month's supply, but I don't use these every day. I just use them when I need them, and that is what they look like there. It does come with a little spatula to dispense the product, but these are really great. Don't skip on these. If you spend $85 or more, they are giving this as one of the free gifts, just so you know. So let's continue with the eye category here, because this next product is absolutely amazing. It's the Luminous Eye Corrector SPF 41. Have you guys tried this? If you haven't and you love under eye correctors, then I think you're going to really like this. It's basically a 3-in-1 product. So we have that color corrector. This comes in 4 shades. I have shade medium, and medium actually blends in really nicely when I'm wearing foundation or some type of tinted sunscreen. But let's say I'm at my fairest, then I like to use shade fair. And I like that shade a lot, especially if I need that under eye brightness. So if you want more of that brighter under eye, go with 1 shade lighter than what you feel like you would be naturally. So naturally I'm medium, but if I want that brighter eye, then fair is typically the shade I will go with, but I don't usually gravitate towards shade fair. I think medium is honestly the best for me personally. And this actually replaces concealer. So whenever I decide to use this, I don't have to put concealer on top of it for more coverage. So it does provide a decent amount of coverage, but I also don't have dark circles. So if you do and you have a lot of discoloration under your eyes, it's very possible that you would still need to apply a little bit of your everyday concealer on top of this just to add more coverage. Maybe not, but I just wanted to mention that because it is buildable and it really does give like a medium coverage, but you could make this full coverage depending on how much you apply. Now this also is your under eye SPF as well. So this is all mineral, by the way, with the SPF 41. This has a zinc oxide of 12% and a titanium dioxide of 10%. And there's a lot of great anti-aging ingredients in here as well. Very nourishing. It also treats the skin underneath the eyes, but the formulation is so creamy. It has a really nice formulation that honestly really doesn't crease underneath the eyes. I do have some fine lines underneath my eyes, believe it or not, and even with regular concealer, I crease. So I usually have to use a translucent powder to get more of that longevity to prevent the creasing. I still sometimes will put translucent powder on top of this if I want longevity, but I really don't need to because this honestly doesn't settle into fine lines. It really is moisturizing. It gives that rejuvenated look underneath the eyes. So if you have a lot of dryness, crepiness, flakiness in the inner part of the eye especially, and even during the winter, I think that you would really like this because the formula truly is on point and it's perfect for all skin types. Next is the HPR Eye Cream. Now, Drmtlgy has 2 eye creams, but I like this one the best because I feel like it's more advanced and it works better. This formulation has an ingredient called hydroxypanacolone retinoid, which is a newer retinoid that is more gentle but yet powerful, and it really does work. And retinoids are great for targeting a lot of skin issues like texture, crepiness, fine lines and wrinkles, and it just really helps to rejuvenate the skin. And I love eye creams that contain retinoids because the skin is so thin and delicate, and it's one of the areas where we do start to see premature aging, right? Crow's feet, crepiness, loss of firmness. So this would be a great product to use every night around the eyes. Now, if you're unsure how your skin is going to adjust with this, then I would say start with 1 or 2 nights per week and then gradually increase your usage from there. But I only use this once a day and I only use this at nighttime because of that retinoid. But there's other ingredients in here like pumpkin seed oil. There's also some peptides in here. There's a lot of great ingredients like glycerin. It is very moisturizing and quite repairing around the eyes. I never experienced dryness or irritation with this, although there's always that possibility that somebody could, but very moisturizing. And I do put this underneath my eyes. I do bring it underneath the brow bone and a little bit in the crease of the eye as well, so that eventually when everything absorbs, it will migrate to the lids to treat the lids. And if you're prone to milia or milium, those hard white pearly bumps around the eyes, this can help to prevent those as well. The next product is the Needleless Growth Factor Serum. I am very impressed with this formulation. This year especially was the year where I got into growth factors, and I've been using growth factors since the beginning of 25. I have been using different growth factor serums from other brands, but this is a product that just launched recently and I'm already on my 2nd bottle. This is exceptional. So this contains 5 bioengineered growth factors. Growth factors help to stimulate collagen and it helps with fine lines and wrinkles. It firms the skin, but it also has the ability to heal your skin. So if you have sensitive skin, you have a compromised skin barrier, then this can be a great product to use to keep your skin healthy and repaired. But it's also very hydrating, and I find this serum to be quite plumping as well. This really is so good. Now, is this similar to the original Needleless Serum? It kind of is. A whole different formulation really, because the original Needleless Serum does not have the growth factors. And also the texture of the needleless serum is like water, whereas this one has a creamy texture. And I like this way better than the original needleless serum, and I think this is way more effective. And I feel like this performs better and quicker than the original needleless serum, in my opinion and from my experience, of course. So if you love growth factors, you also love peptides, because there's also peptides in here as well, and there's ceramides in here, hyaluronic acid, then I think you're going to really enjoy this. And it can be used every day, twice a day. Now, if you love vitamin C serums, then you might possibly like this one from Drmtlgy. I actually have the plastic still on it because I'm not ready to use this yet. And I do like to store this in my fridge because this contains a pure form of vitamin C, ascorbic acid at 15%. And this also has ferulic acid and vitamin E. This is very comparable to the Timeless vitamin C and a lot of other popular vitamin C serums on the market, even like SkinCeuticals. But this one actually contains peptides. There's peptides in the formulation as well. So if you love your peptides and you also really love your vitamin C, then this serum has all of it together, and it can be used every single morning. Now, yes, this can be used twice a day if you really want, but vitamin C really is best used in the morning because it helps to protect the skin from pollution, but it does a really good job to brighten the skin at the same time. If you have post-acne marks, discoloration, vitamin C can really help to fade those. And then we have the peptides that help to firm the skin and help to stimulate collagen. So this is a fabulous vitamin C serum. It's also quite nourishing on the skin. It's not sticky or tacky, and all you need is really like 3 to 4 drops, and that's it. Next is the Hydra Serum. This is a product that is best for those that have hyperpigmentation, dark spots, melasma, and even post-acne marks. This contains kojic acid, and kojic acid is a wonderful ingredient to help fade discoloration and to give a brighter complexion. So if you're struggling with that even looking complexion, then maybe incorporate this and see how it goes for you. It is a product that can be used every day, and this is also a product that contains peptides, ceramides, and panthenol to keep the skin nice and repaired and hydrated. And the texture of this is like a gel, so you could use this after your water-based serums, or you could use this right after a facial mist or an essence, but of course use this prior to moisturizer, sunscreen, and so on. And I love it. And I find this to be a very hydrating product. I really do. And I find this to work pretty quickly, especially on my post-acne marks. If you have more stubborn discoloration, especially like melasma, it might take a little bit of time to work, but just be consistent and see how it goes. But it works really well for post-acne marks, that's for sure. Next is the Exfoliating Body Lotion. This is amazing if you have dry, scaly, flaky skin on your legs, if you have texture on your chest, if you have ingrown hairs where you have those bumps. This is going to be your go-to to correct all of that. I use this all the time. I use this a lot in the summer on the backs of my thighs to get rid of ingrown hairs like those bumps. And then in the winter, I like to use this on my legs, and I also like to use this a lot on my chest because sometimes my chest will develop texture, and this wipes out the texture and it gives the most softest, smoothest skin ever. And it's also a very moisturizing lotion as well. There's oils in here, there's ceramides, and there's also peptides. But the main ingredient here is 12% lactic acid. This is quite powerful, and you do smell it. It smells very medicated when you're using it. And I wouldn't recommend using this right after shaving or right after waxing because you most likely will experience a burning, tingling sensation that could last for a couple of minutes. I've been there, done that many times. But it is a good one to use on the days that you did not shave or wax. And it really does perform quite well, especially during the winter months. And this is quite light actually, so I'm gonna have to get myself another one. Next is the Advanced Neck Cream. I actually don't have one to show you because I need to get myself another one. But this neck cream is fabulous, especially if you're someone that can't use your face products on your neck because of irritation. this is a really nice one to use because it's very gentle, it's moisturizing. There's a lot of peptides in the formulation to firm and stimulate collagen, but there's also a few ceramides, there's shea butter, vitamin E, and the list goes on. So if you're using some type of peptide serum right now or growth factor serum and you're using it on your neck, then use this on top as the moisturizer to lock in moisture from those serums, but we're also getting benefits of this neck cream as well to improve the skin on the neck. Remember, the skin on our neck is not the same as the skin on our face. We don't have the oil glands on our neck like we do with our face. The skin is different, it's thinner, it's more delicate, and of course it's one of the areas where we start to see premature aging the fastest because of obviously being on our phones with tech neck and just getting older. So neck creams, in my opinion, are important. I like neck creams. I know it's not for everyone, but if you do like neck creams and you want something to use on your neck and even on your décolleté, then this is a really nice one to try. Now, if you want to skip on the neck cream, then I would say go for this next product instead, because this one can be used on the face as well. This is the Peptide Night Cream, and I don't have one to show you, and I could have sworn I had a backup in my linen closet. I literally took everything out and I can't find one anywhere. So I have to buy myself one because this is one of my favorite creams to use during the winter months, especially in my nighttime routine, because it's very rich and very moisturizing on the skin. So if you live in a colder climate like I do, this is going to be great. Even if you live in a warmer climate all year round, it's still going to be a lovely one. Just use it for your nighttime routine. You could use this in your morning, even though they market this as a night cream. You could still use this in your morning if you really want. Just know it's going to be a little bit richer, so depending on the sunscreens and makeup that you're using, it may or may not work, but trial and error, give it a try. But this is a very similar formulation to the neck cream, but this one has a little bit more to it. It has more peptides. There's also ceramides in here as well, very moisturizing and repairing, but a great cream to firm the skin and help to stimulate collagen, and of course to help soften fine lines and wrinkles. This is also a great one to pair up with the growth factor needleless serum, different types of peptide serums. You can also use this with a retinol cream, tretinoin. You can use this with a lot of things, and I love it. And they have like a really large tub of this as well. I do believe, well, at one point they had different sizes. I don't know if they still do, but at one point they had a jumbo size, and honestly that would last you a lifetime, because with this cream you don't need much because it's very rich and moisturizing. It spreads really nicely across the skin. It's not greasy or sticky or anything, but it will leave like a sheen to your skin. So if you don't like that, then just keep this for nighttime. Don't even bother using it in your morning, but this is a really good one. Next is the Lip Silk SPF 40. There's two shades. There's soft, which is this one, and then there's a bold. I actually don't really like the bold. It's a little bit too dark for my liking. I really love a good pink lip, something that's a little bit softer. And if you wanted to make this more bold, then pair it up with a lip liner. But this is great with or without lip liner. And also this has that SPF 40, so you're getting that sun protection, and it's all mineral. So this has a zinc oxide of 12%, and you are getting 3.5 mils of product, and I really like this. And I actually have this on my lips today, just so you know. It almost feels like a lip oil, kind of. It's very thin and very lightweight. It's not sticky at all. Like, my hair never sticks to my lips when I am wearing this, so if you hate that stickiness, you're not going to get that with this, but it really does have that nice long wear, but also very nourishing to the lips. So this is a great one for, of course, all year round, but I really love a good lip product that has that SPF, because sometimes I don't always remember to put SPF on my lips, especially when I'm walking Berkeley or I'm going to be outside for a long period of time. Of course, if I'm walking Berkeley, I'm not necessarily going to grab for this as my SPF lip, but I mean, it's better than nothing. So if this is the only thing I have on hand, I probably should use it to protect the lips. But then of course that tint, like that color, really is universal, and it would look good on so many skin tones. but if you love something a little bit darker, then check out the bold shade. And the last product is the SPF Radiance Powder. This is a broad spectrum SPF 30 powder sunscreen. This is all mineral, by the way, so it has a zinc oxide of 22.5% and a titanium dioxide of 12.5%. There are a few shades to pick from, but I generally use shade Fair the most because this acts as a translucent shade for me personally, and it doesn't pack on more color when I'm applying it over and over throughout the day. So in the dead of summer, when I'm at my darkest or I'm self-tanning, I will wear shade medium. But when I am at my fairest or I'm starting to lose my tan, then I will always use shade Fair, because when you reapply it throughout the day, like I said, it can pack on more color and then you see the difference in color from your neck. So if you're not putting this on your neck, you might see the difference in shades, just so you know, at least from my experience anyways. So to play it safe, I use shade Fair. And this is a good way to reapply your sunscreen on top of a full face of makeup, or if you're wearing tinted sunscreen and you have a little bit of blush and bronzer on your skin, then instead of reapplying your tinted sunscreen where you're going to ruin everything, then just use a powder SPF. Is it going to be just as effective as applying your liquid or cream sunscreen all over again? Probably not, but it's better than nothing. And also it's a great way to get rid of unwanted shine as well. So if you usually use a translucent powder throughout the day to get rid of shine, use this instead, plus you're getting that sun protection. So when you receive this, you want to turn it upside down, unlock the product, and bang the bottom several times to release the powder into the bristles, and then lock it back up, turn it back around, and then prime it. So, do this until you see the powder flying in the air, and once you do, then it's ready to be used. You might need to bang the bottom several times for the first little bit, but then once you get going with this product, honestly, it just comes right out of the bristles and it's really easy to use. So I just go in circular motions all over my face. I go down my neck, or if you're working in an office beside a window, put this on the tops of your hands or anywhere where the sun is being exposed to your skin. It's a nice habit to get into to protect your skin a little bit more. So those are all of my top picks, the products that are actually worth purchasing during the Drmtlgy Black Friday Cyber Monday sale. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, that you found it helpful, and if you have any questions in regards to any of the products that I mentioned or any other product that I did not talk about, please ask away, because like I said, I have pretty much tried every product from Drmtlgy, so I can definitely answer any questions that you have. But like I said, I will link them all up in order in my description box below. I will also have all of the sale details and all of those free gifts during specific time periods. I will also have discount codes for other brands and other Black Friday Cyber Monday content that I've already uploaded on my channel. But thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And of course, I will see you all in the next video. Take care, and I will see you all then. Bye, guys.